crazy storyline there. But let's talk about the former champions. Emiliano Sordi, 205-pound champion in 2019, had an incredible year, but since then, it's been a tough road.
Absolutely. Sordi had near immaculate season in 2019. 5 finishes, 4 of those finishes in the first round. Here's a guy that's got power in both hands. He's a well-rounded, well-conditioned athlete. Since his run in 2019, he's really run up against it. He had COVID, he had staph in his leg, he's got an injury. He literally has a deep reservoir of resilience. He just stays in there and keeps gunning. He wants to see if he can get back in his winning ways in this fight.
Emiliano Sordi, healthy and in form, is dangerous for anybody. It's going to be an exciting one at 205 pounds when he steps back in there. And how about Natan Schulte? The same thing is true. He proved twice that he could win it all, that he could take home the $1 million prize, that he could battle his way through 2 5-fight seasons to get the job done. But it's been a tough road for him since season 2.
Yeah, that's right. You know, just having 10 fights in 2 years is very impressive. To be undefeated over the course of those 2 years is even more impressive. He was all about durability and consistency, and last year wasn't able to get it done. This year, experiencing adversity yet again, going against a very tough guy in Olivier Aubin-Mercier, and losing a lot of these very close decisions. So with some minor adjustments, I think he can get it done.
So the lightweights and the light heavyweights taking center stage and trying to secure themselves points and playoff positions. I promise you the action is going to be can't miss. But we'll actually start tomorrow's action with a showcase bout at 155 pounds. Jacob Childers steps in to take on Nate Jennerman. 2 guys with some familiarity. They knew each other on the regional scene. Now they're here to try and impress the bosses and earn themselves an invitation to a future PFL regular season. And with that, Lillian Garcia gets them on the scale.
Well, thank you, Sean, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 regular season second half. That's right, tomorrow night it is win or go home, and all the action begins on ESPN+. And now to start the official weigh-in show, please welcome the president of Fighter Operations, Mr. Asapo. In the blue corner, fighting out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Nate Jennerman. His official weight, 155 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Mackinac, Illinois, Jacob Childers. His official weight, 155 pounds.
From there, the action moves to regular season light heavyweight contest. Martin Hamlet and Josh Silvera.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Josh Silvera. His official weight, 205.5 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Tønsberg, Norway, Martin Hamlet. His official weight, 205.5 pounds.
From there, the action continues at 205 pounds. Robert Wilkinson carrying points into this contest, taking on Victor Peshta.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, Victor Peshta. His official weight, 205 3/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Hobart, Tasmania, Robert Wilkinson. His official weight, 206 pounds.
Up next, a former champion in the light heavyweight division taking on Daylon Monte, Argentina versus Brazil at 205 pounds.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, Daylon Monte. His official weight, 205 1/2 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Rio Cuarto, Argentina, he is the 2019 PFL Light Heavyweight World Champion, Emiliano Sordi. His official weight, 204 3/4 pounds.
Another former champion steps into the PFL Smart Cage when Natan Schulte takes on Marcin Held in a lightweight affair.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Taki, Poland, Marcin Held. His official weight, 155 1/2 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Joinville, Brazil, here is the two-time PFL Lightweight World Champion, Natan Schulte. His official weight, 156 pounds.
The action continues at light heavyweight with Omari Akhmedov taking on Theodoros Aukstuolis.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Aubin-Mercier, Lithuania, Theodoros Aukstuolis. His official weight, 204 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, here is Omari Akhmedov. His official weight, 203 1/4 pounds.
The first bout on our main card on ESPN and ESPN Plus, Jeremy Stephens and Miles Price. Over to you, Lillian.
That's right, it is going to be a night of action, and these next fights will be simulcast on ESPN Plus and ESPN, and they're going to start at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. In the blue corner, fighting out of Kilkenny, Ireland, Miles Price. His official weight, 155 1/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of San Diego, California, Jeremy Stephens. His official weight, 156 pounds.
Action continues in the lightweight division. Manfio, Olivier Aubin-Mercier.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Olivier Aubin-Mercier. His official weight, 155 3/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Porto Alegre, Brazil, here is your 2021 PFL Lightweight World Champion, Manfio. His official weight, 155 3/4 pounds.
Since this bout features a former champion and is so highly anticipated, let's take a look at our tale of the tape. OAM is 3 years older. He's also an inch taller. The arm reach favors Manfio, slight leg reach advantage to OAM. All right, Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, and Kenny Florian with a couple more words about this matchup. Randy, let me start with you. Manfio, he's been an underdog in fights, now going into tomorrow night, 6 times in a row. He's 5-0 in the previous 5.
Yeah,
Why is he an
somebody's
underdog
got
again?
it wrong, don't they? Holy cow.
Why is he an underdog again?
Man, it's really hard to say after the year he had last year. He literally went as an alternate, was cleaning bathrooms at ATT, went to the championship. I would venture to guess he's not cleaning any bathrooms anymore. It's really interesting that he keeps continuing to be the underdog. He seems to flourish in that seat.
Brett Akhmedov is actually standing by with last year's champion. Brett?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sean. And Raoush, I mean, what is going on with the odds makers here, man? This is your 6th fight where you come in as an underdog. You were 5-0 in the previous 5. What are these guys getting wrong about you, and why will they be wrong again on Friday?
I have no idea, but I know I have a super tough opponent in front of me. But I think the odds would be like balanced.
I hope you're throwing in some extra money on yourself here and there because it's free money to be had out there.
Exactly. It's good for the persons who bet on me, I think.
Well, it's certainly been a role that you have thrived in. Excited to see if you do so again tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Brett. Doesn't seem like Hausch minds being the underdog. And look, he probably knows some people that are betting on him that have benefited from that, as he just mentioned. But let's talk about OAM. Look, it's been a long road for OAM. He found a way, even through the pandemic, to train up there in Canada when things were locked down and very restrictive. He was on a bit of a cold streak in the sport for a while, and this spot in the PFL seems like a resurgence for him. Can he get it done over last year's champ?
I think he can. Listen, I think beating someone like a Natan Schulte in his last fight, I think is only going to add to that confidence, only going to add to the momentum that he's had since he's entered into the PFL. He has all the right skills. He has all the right tools. Coming in here as a huge 155-pounder as well. And I think while he can strike with someone like Hausch Manfio, he's got the grappling skills to try to take Hausch Manfio down to the ground, something that we haven't seen too many people do. Manfio doesn't spend a whole lot of time on his back.
He's probably the nicest gangster any of us have ever met. But
yeah,
he is
both fighters so nice.
the Canadian gangster, and he's standing by with Brett Akhmedov.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And Vince, I hear that what's interesting about this matchup is that you two are kind of forever linked because it was your spot that he took in the playoffs, and then he made the most of it, of course. And I guess that I heard that you two ran into the elevator, and he actually kind of thanked you for giving him that opportunity last year.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. He thanked me. I was like, oh, I feel better about getting hurt in the last years now. But yeah, he's such a nice guy, and like I said, I do feel a little bit bad fighting him, but like it's the job, you know.
It's part of the business, right? And I know how much you've looked forward to getting back this opportunity when you weren't able to make the playoffs last year. How are the nerves going into what looks like it's a must-win? What's must-win for performance on Friday?
Oh, I don't know. I don't see it like this. I just see it like a little fight in between me and $1 million. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not too nervous, to be honest.
It's a beautiful way to look at it, man. A little fight in between you and $1 million. That sounds pretty good. Well, we're looking forward to it.
Like Bob Ross a little bit, eh?
Well, best of luck to you, man. I know we're always excited to see you fight and happy to see it on Friday. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Brett. Did you notice the shirt, by the way? Olivier Aubin-Mercier has a shirt with Olivier Aubin-Mercier on the shirt. I want one of those, but with myself. All right, co-main event, light heavyweight affair between Antonio Carlos Jr. and Brucey Soto.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, Brucey Soto. His official weight, 205 1/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of João Pessoa, Brazil, here is your 2021 PFL Light Heavyweight World Champion, Antonio Carlos Jr. His official weight, 205 3/4 pounds.
All right, here's our tail to tape for a co-main event. Both of these Brazilians are 32 years of age. Antonio Carlos Jr. is 2 inches taller. He weighed in 1 pound heavier. 6-inch reach advantage in the arms and 1 in the legs for Antonio Carlos Jr. All right, a light heavyweight co-main event. One of these guys has 6 points for a first-round finish. Brucey Soto, on the other end, he's got 0 points. He's going to need to finish Shoeface if he wants to get into the playoffs. So, Randy, let's talk about it. I just mentioned in the tail of the tape, Antonio Carlos Jr. is the bigger fighter, but Brucey Soto really beefed up for this contest.
Yeah, he's been working on his physique, trying to put on a little weight. He feels he's a little small for the weight class. He's got a strong Muay Thai background. He says he goes out to finish every single fight, so this is not beyond the realm of comprehension for him to go out and finish this in the first round.
And Kenny, inside the mind of an Antonio Carlos Jr. who's got 6 points, He's usually pretty aggressive. He still wants to finish, but you also have to worry about the long term. Am I going to go into those playoffs healthy if I qualify?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to fight smart for that reason. He's got to fight smart also because Bruce Soto is a very dangerous guy. I think he respects him. He's not going to take any unneeded risk tomorrow night.
Interesting light heavyweight co-main event between Antonio Carlos Jr. and Bruce Soto. But what about the main event? 155-pound affair between Clay Collard and Alexander Martinez. And for this, we send it once again to Lillian Garcia.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada, Alexander Martinez. His official weight, 155 3/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Burley, Idaho, Cassius Clay Collard. His official weight, 155 1/4 pounds.
Here's the tail of the tape for this 155-pound main event. Clay Collard and Alexander Martinez still yet to see their 30th birthdays. 6 feet tall for each of them. Clay Collard with the reach advantage on the arms. Identical reach, on the legs. All right, Kenny Florian. Alexander Martinez has about 1/3 the pro fight experience of Clay Collard, but the skills gap is certainly not that wide. Can he pull off an upset?
Well, I think he's an excellent student. He's an excellent student of the game, learns from each and every opportunity that he's had here in the PFL, which for him, when he came in, was a big step up in competition. But we've seen the results. He is getting better. He's getting more technical. And just his breakdown of Clay Collard, I think he's doing the right things in preparation for this fight.
We'll hear it from him in his own words. Alexander Martinez is with Brett Akhmedov.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And Alex, you are no stranger to top competition, man. I mean, ever since you've been into PFL, you have gone through the gauntlet. How have those experiences given you, confidence going into a big main event against Clay Collard?
Well, you have what it takes, to be here. So that's all it is, So I mean, tough tests are good things for for a fighter. So I'm excited for this.
And before you walked over here to do this interview, you were standing over there, still staring at him during the stare down. What is the kind of mindset that you need to have when you're facing a guy like Clay Collard? We know how good the guy is. We know he gets into back and forth fights that draw out the dog in his opponents. What is the mindset you need to have?
You just gotta be confident in what you got, right? I mean, it's very important to remember what you have and what you bring to the table. And man, my confidence in God is always. I don't know what to say, but I just really trust God. He will take care of me through all of it. So yeah, I'm calm.
Very excited to see it, man. Enjoy the fight tomorrow. Best of luck. Sean, back to you.
Thanks, Brett. A pretty cool and collected Alexander Martinez with a lot on the line. Because remember, 3 points apiece. Both of these guys in their first bouts of the regular season were able to earn decision victories. But that means that the loser of this main event tomorrow night probably goes home and does not participate in the playoffs. Now let's talk about Clay Collard. Every time the guy steps into the cage, it's a barn burner. It's exciting. It's must-watch television. But is that the right methodology to secure yourself a playoff spot, thinking about it for tomorrow night?
Well, and Clay admits that sometimes he gets a little distracted out there and gets a little wild, but he's trying to reel that in and be refined and be calculated. The man's striking is second to none. 8 victories in professional boxing. That footwork and those hand speed and accuracy shows every single time he steps in there. I love watching this guy fight. I love interviewing him. He's really interesting.
Cassius Clay Collard is with Brett Akhmedov.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. And Clay, talk about a busy week, man. I mean, you have obviously this main event, big-time fight to get into the playoffs of 2022, and you got a baby along the way, so congratulations on that. How are you juggling everything in this personal and very business week in your life?
I'm really lucky. I got a girl who can hold it down. She's amazing, so that's a big part of it. I'm just focused on the fight and bringing that money home for my family. So as long as my girl can hold it down, and hopefully I can be there before the baby's born. It's getting crunch time, so we're hoping we can make it back for that. But if not, my girl's amazing and she'll be able to handle it for sure.
So I got to ask you, man, you are known for these back and forth, really entertaining fights that oftentimes go the distance. But would you not mind a quick knockout and get on the first flight back home to see your family?
Hey, man, we're always trying to finish people, These guys are tough, and they keep giving me the tough guys, So I'll keep knocking them down, whether it's 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round. I'm always looking for the finish, but it goes the way it goes sometimes,
You do have another tough guy in front of you, and Alex Martinez. I know that we cannot wait to see this main event at 155 pounds. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Brett. And goodness gracious, I cannot wait for that fight. Remember, both of those guys, Alexander Martinez fighting at a very high level, Clay Collard, already we've seen his legendary performances. They're not even 30 years old yet. So potentially the best days of their mixed martial arts careers still ahead of them. Will this one be a barn burner, Kenny?
There's no question about it. Both of these guys are always aggressive, always moving forward.
Randy, is this going to be a Clay Collard showcase piece, or does Alexander Martinez pull off the upset?
Well, it's really hard to say, and when you can flip a coin and make a case for either guy, it makes for a very exciting fight. Listening to both guys break down their approach to the other guy, it was spot on. They both knew exactly what they need to do.
And the playoff picture at lightweight in particular, wide open. These gentlemen have the benefit of fighting in the main event. They'll know exactly how many points they need to secure a playoff spot. We'll see how that affects strategy. 6:30 Eastern Time, the pre-show begins on ESPN+. The main card at 10 p.m. on ESPN and simulcast on ESPN+. It's the second half of the regular season. The lightweights and the light heavyweights have just one more opportunity to earn points, a playoff spot, and keep the dream of a $1 million championship alive. For Randy Couture and Kenny Florian and Lillian Garcia and Brett Akhmedov, I'm Sean O'Connell. We will see you tomorrow night on ESPN+. Got it?